Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm your other Taekook. It's a complete boy to boy FF. If you don't like my voice, mute guys.
A beautiful home with lots of people roaming here and there doing the task they were told to do. There were laughing sounds coming from everywhere in the house. A beautiful giggle and a laughing sound can be heard as a beautiful boy is running downstairs. The giggles echoed through the stairs as the boy looked back laughing while walking down the stairs. Wait there, I will catch you, sweetheart. No, you can't catch me. Come here, baby. No, you won't leave me if I come. Catch me if you can. Ran through the stairs down as he saw the giggling boy entering the room. He smirked while going opposite as the boy stopped and looked back and frowned, seeing no one. He stood there being confused as he walked backwards a little as he startled when he got pulled inside the empty room by someone. He screamed, but that person put his hand on his mouth. He calmed down, seeing the boxy smile as he bit on the hand which was covering his mouth. The boy hissed as he removed his hand but pulled the tiny waist to his arms while hugging him tightly. He kept his hand on his hard chest while staring at the brown eyes which filled with love for him, only for him. He came back from his thoughts after hearing footsteps as he looked at the boy. Tay, someone is coming. Tay, don't worry, okay? He took his baby's hands and went outside through another door to an empty room. Tay, now no one can save you from me, Bun. Jungkook gasped as he was pulled into a kiss. Jungkook, Tay Hyungi, someone will come, Hyungi. Tay, no one enter in this room, Bun. So stop worrying. Do you want me to stop? He looked at the door as which was looking at him. He shook his head while blushing. Tay smiled while kissing on his cheeks as he hugged him tightly. He pinned the younger on the wall while capturing his lips in a soft kiss while the younger held his hair in a tight grip. Both were cuddling inside the small room while sitting on the couch, and the youngest of them sitting on the elder's lap. Jungkook was pouting, saying how much he had missed him, while the other one hearing him while going at his cute baby while caressing his hair. Jungkook, Hyungi, I missed you a lot. Tay, I missed you too, Bun. Jungkook, Hyungi, you will not leave me, right? Tay, how can I leave my cute baby? No, I will not leave him. Jungkook hit on his chest playfully while glaring at him. Jungkook, don't talk like that. Tay, why baby? Jungkook, I don't like it. Okay, don't talk like that, he said with tears in his eyes. Tae, I'm so sorry baby, Hyungi won't talk like that. I'm so sorry, don't cry, my baby bun, he said while wiping his tears while softly kissing his eyes. Jungkook nodded while hugging him tightly. Time skip. A bunny looking boy who was now giggling while little kids were surrounding him who was telling them stories. They were shy while smiling at him, not knowing that an angry tiger was now all jealous, looking at them while holding the paper glass which is now crushed into a ball.
Era, didn't I say my cookie Hyung is cute? Hanuel, you are right. He is very cute.
The kids might be around 5 to 6 years old. Hannah, Era, I want your cookie Hyung. Era, no, that's not possible. Cookie Hyung is only mine. Hannah pouted while looking down. Jungkook caressed her hairs as Hannah looked at him shyly. He was busy telling them stories as one of them suddenly went somewhere.
Jungkook, Hanuel, where are you going? What happened? Era shrugged her thoughts while snuggling on his chest as she declared,
He would be the only one who would be sitting on his lap. She is very possessive of him. She loves Tete and Cookie a lot as she always wanted to stay with them.
Now wondering what function in Kim Mansion. Mr. Kim and Ms. Kim has two kids, elder one Jimin and younger one Taehyung. Tae and Cookie met through a marriage. They met and talk and fall in love. It's been 2 years, both fall for each other and they love each other a lot. Mr. Kim and Mr. Jeon are friends.
But they didn't meet before. Cookie, son of Mr. Jeon and Ms. Jeon, they have 3 sons, elder one RM, younger one Cookie, and middle one Yoongi. Era is Cookie's elder brother's daughter. RM is his brother while Jin is his brother-in-law. Era is his nephew as she loves her Cookie a lot. She is possessive of him. She had told her friends that her Cookie is the cutest, but they denied it, so she invited her neighbor friends to her home on the function which was held at Kim Mansion. So everyone has been settled here. Each day have each function for 2 weeks. Everyone settled in Kim Mansion. Every relative of them is now here, including friends and their family. The angry tiger has been glaring at the boy from the time he come here. How dare he gave flower to his bunny who took it while smiling. Jimin, what happened? Who are you glaring at? Hearing no response, he followed his gaze and he confusedly looked at him. He wondered, who is he glaring at? He was bewildered when he saw he was glaring at a boy. Ms. Kim come there looking at him. Ms. Kim, Tae, did you check the flowers? Tae, Amma, leave my ears. Ms. Kim, now you are cursing at me, huh? Jimin, not at you, Amma. It's him. He cursed on him. Ms. Kim, who? Jimin, that boy. Ms. Kim looked at the boy and looked at him in disbelief. Jungkook was busy talking with the children, telling them stories as someone tapped on his shoulder. He looked back and saw Hanul. Jungkook, wow, is it for me? Hanul looked down shyly as he nodded. Jungkook, oh thank you baby, he said kissing his cheeks. Era was looking at everything as she looked at Cookie, not liking him giving attention to someone else. Hanul was shyly looking down while hearing the stories excitedly. Era took the flowers from his hands and threw it on the floor and looked at him with teary eyes. Jungkook was shocked seeing it as he looked at her. Jungkook, Era, what are you doing? She stood up and went from there. He was confused seeing everything. Soon he understood, making him shake his head while sighing. He stood up from there while the other kids looked at him sadly. He took the flowers and said, Jungkook, who wants chocolate? Kids, me. Jungkook, okay, so let me go and take it. You all go and play, Kids, okay bunny. He went from there to upstairs and saw Era there, hugging Jin tightly while sulking. Jungkook, Era, baby. Jin smiled, shaking his head, looking at Jungkook who was pouting same as Era. Jin, what happened? Jungkook said everything as Jin looked at Era who was hugging him. Jin, Era, it's okay baby, don't cry. You shouldn't do that baby, it's not what a good girl do. Jungkook, Era, I'm sorry baby, I won't do that again. Era, baby, he took Era who was sulking into his lap while showing her his pout. Era, I am mad at you, Cookie. You can only kiss me and Jungkook, okay baby, shall we go and play? He quickly said while Jin was looking at him but shrugged his thoughts and went from there as Aram called him. Jungkook, Era baby, what are you saying? Era, what, you are going to marry Tae? Isn't Tae so handsome? She said as he was blushing madly as he looked down. Era, did you meet Tae? Jungkook, no, okay, leave it. Let's go, I will give you chocolate. Jungkook, Amma, they were calling me to play with them. I couldn't deny them, and don't be so jealous that all kids like me. He said, pouting as he hugged Miss Kim from behind while Miss Kim caressed his hair. Mrs. Kim liked him a lot. When she met Cookie, he was really adorable one, in which melted her heart a lot. He was so kind and polite and she liked him a lot. Jungkook was going to kitchen to drink some water as he took some water ready to take a sip of it, but squeaked when he was hugged by someone from behind. Jungkook, Tae, you scared me. Tae, why? Who have the dare to touch you other than me? He asked while kissing a small button nose. Jungkook looked at him as the other was going to kiss him, but before that he placed his hands on his lips. Jungkook, someone will come. Tae, nobody will come baby. Everybody is busy there. He said making his baby sat on the counter while he stood in front of him holding his waist. Tae held his waist pulling him to his chest, kissing him softly. He brought his hands to his neck while kissing him. His baby held his hair in a tight grip, kissing him back as both kisses reached softly yet passionately. Soon they broke the kiss as Tae pecked his lips while caressing his tiny waist. Tae, did you eat? He shook his head pouting. Jungkook, I want you to feed me. Tae food in a plate and started feeding him. Jungkook, did you eat? Liar. Tae hummed while his baby sternly looked at him. He took the plate, feeding him as the other was busy giving kisses on his cheeks, forehead, making his baby whine. Hyungi, come on, open your mouth. Tae was standing there while looking at his baby with hurt eyes, filled with love and adoration. Time skip. Right now they are now in shopping mall, come to take dress for wedding, reception and other parties. Cookie was walking with Miss Jeon, Miss Kim, Jimin, Jin, Era and other relatives. She is Mr. Kim's friend daughter. She is really rude and full of herself. She had an attitude that nobody is beautiful than her, and mostly she is annoying. She was after Yoongi and she tried to make him her, but didn't fulfill it in it because he was already in love with someone else. Miss Kim, why do you need him? Why, nothing, Andy, I just asked. She said with a fake smile, but Jimin was looking at her annoyed. She didn't like her a bit. Jungkook was busy looking here and there while he was holding Mrs. Kim's hand. When he saw his Hyungi messaged him, he smiled seeing it. Tae was looking at the others who were busy taking dress. He was trying to sneak out to see his baby but couldn't because when he tries, they will call him for something. He looked at the dress and took one of the suit. And he looked at the others who were busy looking at it. Tae, let me try this, he said and went from there. He dropped the dress and quickly sneaked out of the shop trying to find his baby. Soon he got a reply from his baby and he smiled widely while looking at it. He immediately went to the particular section to see his baby. Jungkook sneaked out from there as the others were very busy in selecting dress. He was patiently waiting for him, but Fronald seeing no one coming, he was outside standing there waiting for the other, looking at the entrance as he called the younger. He panicked but let out a sigh seeing the other coming. He ran and hugged him tightly while the other let out a squeak while holding his hair. He held him close to his chest while the other caressed his back softly. Jungkook, what happened, Tae? Tae, I missed you so much. Jungkook, it's only 10 minutes since last we saw Hyungi. Tae, it's like 20 years for me. Don't you know I cannot live without you? We can't survive without oxygen and it was really suffocating for me. Now I'm super fine. Jungkook chuckled while looking at him as Tae held his waist. Tae, shall we go, my friends? Jungkook, wait, let me inform my Amma, otherwise she will search for me. He informed his mother that he is with a friend as they both went from there. They are now in the ice cream parlor while enjoying their time as they saw Jimin Hyung coming along with his brother. Jungkook looked at Tae and held his hands dragging him. Tae, Bun, what happened? Jungkook pointed at them and looked at Tae. They both slowly sneaked out from there, now walking through the mall while his baby was laying his head on his shoulder and holding his biceps and their both hands intertwined. Soon they went to another shop. It's a jewelry shop as Tae was looking for some ring. He liked one of it when they were walking in front of it. Jungkook, Hyungi, it's beautiful but it's expensive. Tae, so what? I want to buy everything to my bun. You liked it? He nodded smiling while looking at the symbol ring and he too bought one for Tae. Then suddenly the others entered while both of them panicked. They went to the other side back facing them. Miss Kim saw them and looked at them frowning. Miss Kim, I have saw them somewhere. It's very familiar dress. She was about to walk to them, but Mrs. Dion called her as she shrugged her thoughts and went to her. Both of them sighed while looking at each other. Both quickly went from there and laughed out loudly while looking at each other. Soon they ended their little sneak out and went back. YN was boringly looking at the others who were busy in shopping. Mrs. Lee came to her daughter while looking at her. Miss Lee, now look what happened. Because of you, he slipped away from our hands. YN, what should I do? He showed no interest in me. Miss Lee, not that. It's because of your character he left. YN rolled her eyes unknowingly. Mrs. Lee, now do what I say. I'm going to talk with Mr. Kim, with your appa, with your marriage with their younger son. YN, is he handsome? Miss Lee, yes, and you will be queen in their home if you marry him. YN, then I'm ready, she said smirking. Miss Lee, look, that's him. Before someone snatch him, make him yours. Okay, do whatever you want. I want this done soon. Okay? YN nodded while looking at the mail and went to him. YN, hey. Tae was busy looking through the dress, caressing it softly while thinking about his baby. He was too busy in imagining his baby's smile when he see the dress that he didn't heard it. YN. Hey Tae, she was about to touch on his shoulder but he moved away while glaring at her and took the dress in his hands. Tae, who are you, miss? Don't you know touching someone without their consent is not good? Don't you know basic manners? He looked at her in anger as she looked at everyone embarrassed. Miss Lee seeing this went there as Miss Dion was seeing everything. Miss Lee, oh Tae, what happened? Tae, you should study basic manners, miss, and touching someone without their consent is not good. YN looked at him in anger and was about to go, but Miss Lee looked at her, holding her wrist, and started talking. Miss Lee, oh, it's just a simple touch, Tae. I'm sorry from her behalf. This is my daughter, YN. She was getting bored there, so I told her that you might be free, so you can spend your time with her. Mrs. Dion quickly come there, noticing where she is taking the conversation. She knows the lady. She is really annoying and she don't even know why her husband is friends with this family. She has noticed what she done with Yoongi. So she knows them really well. She don't want Tae to be with that girl at any condition. She cares for him a lot because he had seen him from childhood and he calls her Amma because she is the one who had raised him. When Mr. Dion had some problem in business, he had to go to another place, but Miss Dion stayed back with her two sons, handling the business here. Since Cookie was an Appa boy, so he take him with him, and for some years they had to stay apart. That's why Taekook didn't meet before. Mr. Kim and Mr. Dion were friends, so she had seen Tae before, but they only see Cookie when he was small, and Tae didn't because he was living with his grandparents. After few years, he come to his parents, and then he saw Miss Dion, and after few years, he had met his love of his life, Mrs. Dion. Tae, you are here. Come, let's go. Tae, wait a minute, Amma. Miss Lee, like you are thinking I'm not free, and I don't want to spend time with her. I I don't have any interest in it. Even if I am free, I won't do it. I'm not a kid to not understand your intentions. I respect you because you are elder than me and my amma teach me to respect old people. His words held a sarcastic smirk in the last and looked at Miss Jeon, who was holding her laugh. And I have already someone in my life whom I love with my whole heart, so please stay away from me. Mrs. Lee was embarrassed and angry too. She left from there while thinking of a plan. Miss Jeon looked at Tae and laughed. Miss Jeon, you did good, Tae. She deserves it. She and her daughter was behind my Yongi before. Now you. By the way, who is the lucky one? Tae blushed while looking down. Miss Jeon smiled while looking at him. She was a little sad as she thought of marrying Tae to Cookie. But anyway, she can't force anyone, right? If her son loves someone, then she can't force him to marry Cookie. For her, both are same. So she dropped the topic there itself. Next day, Miss Jeon was talking with Miss Kim and other relatives when she noticed her son looking at someone. She frowned and followed his gaze and saw him looking at Tae. He looked at his son who was blushing while looking at him. Tae was talking with the guest, inviting them. Mrs. Jeon looked at her son and saw him getting shy. Anyone can understand this. This is not something difficult to understand. This is the first time seeing his son looking at someone else like this, getting shy and blushing. She became worried while looking at him. They already love someone else, then his son will be sad. Mr. Jeon minded. Cookie, he already loves someone else, baby. Please, it's not what I'm thinking. He would be heartbroken. No, I should do something before something happens. One of the guest business partner of Mr. Jeon was looking at the boy sitting on the couch as she looked at her husband and smiled and looked at her son who was staring at him. Both nodded and walked towards Mr. Jeon. Mrs. Lee, we should do something. Our daughter loves him. Look, they both will look good together and it will be a great benefit for the company too. Talk with Mr. Kim about this. Mr. Lee nodded and both mother and daughter smirked. Cookie blushed when the handsome male winked at him. He showed him his fist while glaring at him while looking around. Tae, come to the rooftop. He mouthed him who shook his head while looking at his mother, pointing at her. Tae, please. He showed him his puppy eyes while Cookie looked at him, melting in his cuteness and nodded. He cleared his throat and get up slowly, walking, but stopped when Miss Jeon called him. Miss Jeon, Cookie, come here. She called him, dragging him towards somewhere, ignoring his protest and whining. Jungkook, Amma, where are you taking me? Tae was impatiently waiting for the other while looking at the door. Tae, why is he not coming? It's been 10 minutes, he is waiting here. He sighed, thinking maybe he couldn't come. Maybe they didn't let him. He sighed and went down and gritted his teeth, seeing his baby with a boy. Miss Jeon dragged him to the guest and started introducing him. Miss Jeon, Cookie, he is Mr. Kang, your Appa's friend. He is Miss Kang and he is their son. Isn't he handsome? Jungkook, I don't think so, he said as Miss Jeon looked at him, glaring while the boy's smile faded away from his face. Hi. Jungkook fake smiled at him and excused himself ready to go, but Miss Jeon held his breast and started talking. The boy blushed and looked at Cookie with hurt eyes, ready to hear it from the boy. Miss Dion, go and talk with him, Cookie. Show him where his Yoongi's room is. Jungkook, but Amma, Miss Dion, Cookie, he's our guest. Go now. He whispered to him, who stomped his feet, getting angry. Jungkook, Amma, you should do it. Amma had called me. She might be waiting for me. Miss Dion, Cookie, listen to me. Show him Yoongi's room and go. She said, but he didn't listen and went from there. He was confused seeing her, who is forcing him to go with him. He don't understand why. He shrugged his thoughts, ready to go, but stopped when his appa called him. Why do everyone stop him? He groaned, but went to him after sending a message to Tae.
To be continued. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like my story, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment, guys. See you in next part. Bye bye.